Good morning. It's a lovely day. I am just preparing this border. I'm put a bit of hen compost down. I'm going to put a little bit of fish blood and bone in, a bit more hen compost, and I'm going to plant out some salad crops. We're a little bit before the last frost date, but I've had a look at the weather forecast. I don't think it should freeze now, and they're well hardened off, so I think they'll be all right. But we'll get this ready and get them in. We'll have a look at what we've got. These are the lettuces that I've got to go in. Obviously I'm not going to put all of these in, they're not all lettuces either actually, but I've got some quite interesting ones. I got the seed from Real Seeds, which is the same place I got my squash seeds from. They have lots of interesting varieties. I just thought I would show you them. That one's like a multi-coloured, all different varieties. I'll tell you what it says on the packet. I'll have to put my specs on though. This is Morton's Secret Mix, very mixed lettuces. It says it's an incredible mix of lettuces, blah blah blah, huge diversity of colour and shape, not yet available individually. So they are a pick and come again type of crop where you just you don't wait for a head to form, you just take off the leaves as you want them, which is probably my favourite way of doing it. This one, and on this side I have got organic Rain de Glace toothed crisp head lettuce. That's these ones here. It says a unique variety from the 1800s that combines a crisp heart with a frilly ornate leaf. Beautiful and unlike any other lettuce we have seen. Resistant to downy mildew. So they sound nice. And on that side is the rocket. Now it doesn't look like the usual type of rocket, but we've tasted a leaf and it's actually nicer. What I found is I love rocket from the supermarket in the blinking little polythene bags, the plastic bags, but when I've grown my own outside, it's a bit bitter. So I had a little taste of one of these leaves the other day, and it's actually more like the stuff from the supermarket. Just not as bitter, I suppose. So it says it's organic cultivated rocket. It says this is a special variety bred for milder flavour than wild rocket. It is nice in salads, blah blah. Yeah, so what it says on the packet I found to be true. So I'm keen to see how that goes on and maybe start saving seed from that for future reference. And this one, you can see how yellow those ones are. That's some more rocket there. And this is called, oh, listen to the lovely blackbird. Oh, is it a blackbird? Robin or something. This is called Australian yellow leaf lettuce. It says it's a fantastic large acid yellow loose head lettuce, slow to bolt, slightly frilled, tender texture, needs lots of room. Okay, didn't know that. It's very competitive and it'll take over your whole veg bed. Right, well, we'll see how we go. The rest, that's some chard over there. So yeah, some nice different varieties, and I'll have to think about how I'm going to plant these now. I'm going to put a row of chard and spinach along the back. I have got spinach in another pot that I've forgotten about actually, that needs to go in the ground. These Morton's mixed lettuces, I'm just dividing each module into two. There's about 3 or 4 or 5 lettuces in each module. I figure I can leave 2 or 3 together since it's a cut and come again crop, so they'll be getting more room as time goes along as we'll pick the lettuces. But they were well ready to go in. When I looked underneath the tray modules, you could see all the roots coming through. quite strongly, so I thought I'd better get them in the ground. And yeah, when you pop them out of the module, they've got a really nice little root system that's developed there. Give these a good water in now. I've got a row of spinach and chard along the back, a variety of lettuces in the middle, and rocket along the front. And I've got loads left over in the modules in case these fail for whatever reason, pests or whatever. Goodness, they are heavier than I expected. If you watched my video a couple of weeks ago, I've decided to sow my carrots in buckets this year. Now I'm seem to be taking it to extreme measures to try and avoid the carrot fly this year. Every year I lose my crop to the carrot fly, but I've heard they can only fly 18 inches high and they can't fly higher than that. So in theory, I've put them on the roof of the extension, and the carrot fly shouldn't be able to fly this high. So hopefully I'll get a crop. I've just been waiting for them to germinate before I brought them up here. So they've started to germinate now. So a few more buckets to go, and hopefully I'll get some carrots this year. But my next task of the day is to pot on some of these smaller plants. It's that time of year when the pressure for space in the greenhouse gets really severe, because it's bad enough with just these little trays, but then when you pot them on, everything goes into something bigger and you kind of run out of space. So what I've got today is some celery. Anyway, so I've grown it from seed this year. It's come on fantastically. This is some tadgets, or lemon marigolds I think they're called. And this is my magenta goosefoot. Apparently I've been told, I thought it only grew to about that height, but it grows to 4 foot. So I've got loads in there. I'm only going to pot on, again, maybe half a dozen. It's more than enough, I think. So you never stop learning as a gardener, do you? This is my 4th year of growing my own veg, and one of the things I'm learning this year is that I don't necessarily have to pot on every single seedling that takes, otherwise you'll end up with 300 celery plants, which is what I'm planting now. I'm just separating these out, getting rid of the weaker ones, planting one in each pot. It's a self-blanching variety, so I won't be needing to earth them up or put a terracotta pot over them or anything like that. And I will be starting to harden them off in about 2 or 3 weeks, I think. I've just popped up to the allotment. I want to get these sweet peas in the ground. This is where I grew them last year, and I thought I'll just push them back in there again. I've put half of them, or a third of them, in a pot at home. The rest can go up here and grow up this fence. It's quite a nice place to grow them. I'm just going to plant them all along the back of this trough and tip them slightly towards the back, and then they can get a grip on this fence when they get a bit bigger. Shouldn't take too long. It rained last night, first rain we've had, and it feels like weeks, and we've sorely needed it. So it's amazing when it rains what a difference it makes to the allotment or to any garden. So I've come up here this morning, everything's shooting straight up, looks vibrant green, but of course the other thing that loves the rain is the weeds, and goodness, they're everywhere. So I'm gonna have to get the hoe out after this, I think, and give the whole place a really good hoeing so that they don't get a hold. These weeds, get them out while they're still small. And I've got far too many sweet peas here. Don't know where I'm going to put them all. You can never have too many sweet peas though, can you? Right, thank you for joining me on this video, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.